Okay, today is June 27, 2024. On June 27, 1944, Vera Menchik was killed by the bombing of London by the Nazis, Germany. I would like to propose you to commemorate this woman, the fourth women world chess champion, through one of her last games that she played in 1944. So this is game 298 of the book. Menchik was white, A. Lightfoot was black. This was the West London CC Championship in 1944. D4, D5, E3, E6. This is a perfectly good move, of course, though one must admit that in the art of timing, one moves in the opening, it is an adapted advantage to keep the opponent in suspense as long as possible with regard to the line of play. Okay, this is the comment to the game, and obviously, yes, they probably, what they are saying is you generally don't let them know, you develop your bishop, you develop your knights, but the thing that you play this obviously is kind of limiting, right? So that's the point here. Bishop d3, knight f6, bishop d2. So it seems that white is playing the collie, or he could, here it's called stonewall, which means probably she will play this and this. Okay, so that's the thing. Let's see what happens in this game. Bishop e7, f4, yes, knight bd7, queen e2. That's interesting. Okay, c5, c3, and c4. This is probably not a good idea, this c4 at this point. Honestly, I don't care about the comments because, the comments here are based on Chess, a magazine probably, from March 1944, issue 1719. So I don't know how much they knew about theory in the time, and I don't think c4 it's really good. Okay, bishop c2, b5, a4. Okay, as you can see, finally, this guys from the magazine said the weakness of 7c4 is now evident, for if black captures the a pawn, then a4 is a threat, and then e5. But yeah, the point is that once you advance too much, instead of keeping the tension, obviously is not a good advantage. Let's see what the black played. Bishop a6, a takes b, bishop takes b, and knight g f3, queen c7, castle, castle, knight e5, knight b6, rook f3, g6. And here you can see the diagram. There is a diagram in this book. Let's see what happens, because now clearly there is an attack on the king side. I don't think black is going to do well against it. Let's see. Rook h3, knight e8, e4, f5, e takes d5, e takes d5, knight df3, and knight g7, bishop d2, rook f e8, queen f2. Okay, so he's trying to go here, but he can't because of this. So let's see what he does. Knight c8, queen g3, bishop f8. Okay, this bishop f8, yeah, it's vacate immediately an important square. Check. And now he played bishop d6, but also this move would have been fatal for black. Okay, obviously because this is here, so white is entering. So let's see, bishop d6, queen takes g6, bishop takes e5, but unfortunately it's kind of too late. Knight takes e5, rook e7, and knight g4. Wow. And black resigned. So why do you think black resigned? Well, the thing is easy, right? If you take here, then the game is kind of over. Check. Where do you go? You cannot go here, you cannot go here. You have to take, right? But once you take, this is checkmate, because this guy here is controlling the white squares. So as you can see, c4 didn't really help black to attack. And this was a game played in that time. I have another game I would like to show you, because it's probably also this one of the last games that she played. Okay, and so let's see. Okay, this is game 351 of this book. G. Rutstrand was white and Menchik was black. It was played in 1944 at the Southern Counties Chess Union. I don't know if it was a tournament. Let's see, the game is without any kind of comments, but there is a source that it looks like a kind of Hungarian or Romanian magazine. So e4, e6. So Menchik is black. d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6, e5, knight f d7, knight c e2. This is kind of interesting. c5, c3, knight c6. Black is doing really great at this point. f4, queen b6, knight f3, f6, putting pressure on the center. a3, bishop e7, g3, c takes d4, c takes d4, castle. Bishop h3, attacking this. F takes e5. Interesting. Bishop takes e6, obviously. King h8. Bishop takes d5. Knight takes d4. Knight f takes d4. Queen e5. Knight c3. E takes d4. Nice little combination, right? b4. Bishop takes b4. Very nice, because this is unprotected. A takes b4. Queen takes a1. Knight b5. Knight f6. Bishop f3. Bishop d7. Knight takes d4. bishop a4, queen d2, rook a d8, queen b2, queen takes, bishop takes, rook f e8, because this guy still has the king in the center, so obviously now you exploit such a thing. King f2, knight e4, king g2, knight d6. And here there is rook a1, b5, knight c6, attack, rook c8. The idea is bishop e5, knight c4, knight takes e7, knight takes e5, f takes e5, and rook c2, check. King h3, rook takes e5, bishop c6, g6, bishop takes b5, bishop takes b5, rook a5, and bishop d7, and at this point Rutland White resigned. I hope you enjoyed the games of this book. The point was to commemorate Miss Vera Menchik, that unfortunately died on June 27, 1944.